looking to start your event space in 2024, this video is for you. So make sure you continue watching. This video is specifically for individuals that are serious about starting their event space in the year of 2024. And this is a quick start guide. If you want references to anything else in regards to event space, make sure you go through and check my videos. I have lots of resources on event spaces and starting your business. So make sure you check those out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is like what we call in the industry, or just when it comes to learning information, it's called reverse engineering, or beginning with the end in mind, right? So your end goal is obviously to have a lucrative event space that is up and running and serving the community. So you need to do what? You need to take notes from a event space that is up and running and serving the community, right? We don't have to remake the wheel, y'all. It's already out there. So what do? Check out event spaces in your area. Do market research. I say that all the time because it makes sense. All of these extremely large and productive and lucrative companies, what do? Market research on their competition to see what they're doing, to see one, if it's working, and to see what they can do to add to their business. So what makes us different? We need to go ahead and check out event spaces in our area to see a plethora of things. This is what you're looking for. You're looking for their pricing, you're looking for their packages, you're looking for their decor, you're looking for their vibe, you're looking for their customer service. The reason you're doing this, not to say, aha, I got you, is just to say, hey, this is my starting point, right? This is where I'm going to start off at. And when I have my space, this is what I intend to do. I went to event spaces and like did tours, and no shade, I will never say anyone's business, but I went, y'all, and they were like doing inventory and, cleaning up stuff. Granted, it was not a planned visit, I get it, but yet it did give me a vibe of like, okay, you just a fly-by-night client and I'm not even gonna pay you no mind. No. What I teach my mentees is that when your clients are coming through, your place is lit up, you have music on, it smells good, it looks good. So the vibe is already set when your clients are there. So anywho, you're checking for the packages, the decor, and also the value that they have there. Okay, so step one is to do market research. Step two is, this is gonna be y'all gonna know this word, zoning, y'all. That is the next step. We don't start a business, we don't get no business name, we don't do nothing yet, because at the end of the day, without the event space being zoned correctly, we cannot legally have that business in that city or that county, right? So we have to know our zoning before we even start looking for a space. So where do you go to look for the zoning map of the area where you plan to have your space? Good question. You'll be going to the zoning department or the urban development department. They call it different things in different cities. So you just need to go where it's like building codes and things like that to verify the zoning of the particular space. You might get lucky, y'all, and get like a map of the different zones in your area of where the event space is going to be, not where you live, where the event space is going to be. And then after you narrow down the zones that event spaces are allowed to be in, then you can start looking in those particular areas. Okay, so second step is zoning. Okay, all right, so then now the third step when it comes to the quick start guide of starting your event space is going to be hiring a commercial realtor. A commercial realtor will be essential to the process of finding a commercial piece of real estate for a plethora of reasons, right? Because at the end of the day, commercial law and commercial responsibilities or restrictions are different than residential, right? Behoove us to employ someone that does that for a living, right? And the things that you're going to be wanting them to do is to go ahead and go along with the parameters of what you're looking for, right? You're looking for a certain square footage, you're looking for parking, you're looking for areas that don't have businesses that will be competing with parking for your, the parking lot, right? So there's certain parameters. We go over that in extensive detail in the mentorship of what to look for in regards to the event space, finding the space, but your commercial realtor will be extremely helpful when it comes to finding the space. And the part B of that is the actual lease aspect. Okay, guys, they'll be able to help you to execute the lease and make sure that the deal makes sense for you. Speaking of that, really quickly, I have a mentorship that I offer to individuals that are serious about opening their event space in 2024. And if you're on this video, that's most likely you. If you're a person that says, hey, I want to know a little bit more, I want to make sure that I know exactly what I'm doing, text mentor to this number right here to get into call and see if you are fitting to be a part of the program. I only have a few spots because like I said, I want people that are serious. I'm serious about helping individuals and continuing my lineage of helping individuals open their space across the United States. So text this number here if you're interested in getting a little bit more information on opening your event space, and you'll be able to get on a call. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I have an extra pro tip, y'all, at the end of this video. So make sure you stay all the way through. Okay. So the next step I would say in regards to a quick start guide of opening your event space is going to be the actual business formation, right? Please check with the Secretary of State in your particular state to file your business names, register for your EIN, and get your business bank account set up, right? Because when your landlord will check behind you to make sure you're an established business, and your realtor may even do that, okay? So we want to make sure all of our ducks are in a row when it comes to finding our space and getting, actually getting our business started. So we must have a legally established business to actually sign off on a lease and actually acquire the space, okay? We learn about business funding in the mentorship, and you must have a business name and an EIN number to actually access business funds going forward, okay? All right, so that was just a quick guide, guys. There's so much more to do with the event space world, and like I said, if you wanted to learn more, there are a lot of videos about this in my playlist, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. But here, thank you so much for staying all the way through this video, and because of that, I'm going to bless you with a quick pro tip, okay, guys? So when you are talking to your landlord, y'all, okay, listen to me. You are not saying that you are a banquet hall or a club or a party place, right? You are a multi-service center. Okay, I repeat, you are a multi-service center. Reason being, landlords talk to other landlords, guys, right? And they may put into their, their landlord friends that, oh, I would never have an event space in my building, or I will never have that in my strip mall, right? So we have to do our due diligence as business owners and make sure we show them the vision of what we're planning to have. We're having a multi-service center that we can service any kind of event. Like we can have a fitness center on a Tuesday. We can have a Bible study on a Wednesday. We can have a dance studio on a Thursday, right? And an art gallery on Thursday evening. So we cannot coin ourselves, and we won't coin ourselves as a banquet hall or a party place or a venue for clubs to have parties at. It's absolutely not that vibe, right? In 2024, and your business model is to be able to service your community for certain events, to be able to gather safely and respectively inside of a amazing space. That's your business model, right? So the way that we get away from that is to stay away from parties, stay away from anything in regards to alcohol, because we do not serve alcohol as a business, right? That is not our bread and butter in regards to how we generate income. We generate income from renting the space to individuals for a certain amount of time, and we're very choosy on the type of events that we let rent our space, okay? So I hope that was very helpful. If you have any other ideas, or if this video sparked a question you might have, please put it in the comments below. I love answering questions, and if you would like me to make a video about something specific in regards to event space world or all things bossing up, make sure you comment that down below. And if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. All right, y'all. So without further ado, my name is Tanisha T. I am so thankful for you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed month, and a blessed rest of the year.